Today, we're diving into something that is just truly remarkable. We're talking about the art of building a massive passenger bus, but doing it completely by hand. In a world that's all about robotics and automation, we're going to go inside a workshop where pure human skill is the only tool that really matters. So let's get into it.
I mean, it sounds kind of impossible, right? A complex, heavy-duty machine that's got to be safe and it's got to perform. But that's the big question we're exploring today. Can you really forge steel, shape massive panels, and assemble a fully functional bus using nothing more than the power of your own two hands? Most modern factories today, they look like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. You've got robotic arms, laser guides, the whole shebang. But the workshop we're looking at, it is the complete opposite. It's a place where every single piece of this giant puzzle is put together by a dedicated team of skilled artisans. So let's start by setting the scene for this incredible place. What does it really mean to run a factory without any power tools? Get this, 0. That is the number of electric drills, pneumatic wrenches, or hydraulic presses you are going to find here. Every single cut, every bend, every connection is made through just sheer, raw manual effort. It's an absolutely astonishing commitment to craftsmanship, and it defines this entire process. Okay, so how does it all start? Well, the build kicks off with the most critical part of all, forging the bus's foundation, its steel skeleton. The whole process begins with the absolute basics. Heavy steel beams for the frame, huge sheets of metal for the body, and, well, a collection of the most fundamental hand tools you can imagine. Now, there is one small exception to the no-power rule, and that's the welding equipment. It's really the only way you can fuse these massive steel beams together with the kind of strength a vehicle this big needs. Building the frame is just a masterclass in precision. First, every single piece of steel is measured carefully by hand and cut with manual tools. Then, and this is wild, teams of workers use pure leverage and strength to bend that steel into the exact shapes they need. And finally, those pieces are meticulously welded together to create the rigid chassis that's going to support the entire bus. So, here's the crucial point. Without any computer-aided design or automated checks, the safety and the stability of this bus comes down to human expertise. Every angle has to be perfect. Every weld has to be strong. It is an incredible testament to teamwork and just a deep, deep understanding of the materials they're working with. With the skeleton complete, the bus needs its skin. So now we get to see how that distinctive outer shell is crafted, piece by painstaking piece. Just think about the smooth, curved surfacers of a modern bus for a second. Those are usually made with these enormous hydraulic presses that can stamp a sheet of metal into shape in an instant. The challenge here is to get that same level of perfection using nothing but hand tools. It's a huge task. The techniques they use are pure craftsmanship. You've got artisans using hammers to carefully, patiently create curves in flat sheets of metal. They use simple jigs, which are basically just custom-made guides, to make sure every single panel has the exact same shape. Then whole teams work together to fit these huge panels onto the frame, making sure every seam is perfectly aligned before it's all sanded by hand to get that smooth finish. All right, the bus has its shape, so now it's time to build its soul. Let's head inside and take a look at the incredibly detailed work that goes into finishing the interior. And the difference in how this is done is it's stark. An automated assembly line uses pre-made modules that are installed by robots, but here, every single element, the floor panels, the seats, the dashboard, even the complex wiring, is installed piece by piece. Each part is individually fitted and adjusted by hand, and that gives it a level of customization and care that, frankly, a machine just can't replicate. So after countless hours of intense manual labor, what's the final result? Let's take a look at the finished product, which is a true hand-built marvel. A bus built this way isn't just another vehicle. It's a statement. It has this unique aesthetic, this meticulous attention to detail. But it goes way beyond looks. This process leads to incredible durability and structural integrity, and it's all infused with the pride of the artisans who built it with their own hands. So you might be wondering, how do they guarantee quality? I mean, without sensors or computers? Well, quality control here is a human process. You have master craft people, some with decades of experience, who inspect every single inch of that bus. Their trained eyes and their experienced hands are the ultimate judges of quality, making sure the vehicle is not only beautiful but, most importantly,
safe. So what starts out as this seemingly chaotic collection of raw steel beams and metal sheets is just methodically transformed. Through sheer skill and coordination, all that raw potential is brought into order, and it becomes a complex, functional, and road-worthy work of art. It's an absolutely incredible transformation to see. And all of this brings us to one final, much bigger question. In a world that's obsessed with speed and efficiency, what is the true value of handmade? Is it just a cool novelty, or does this level of dedication to craft hold a deeper kind of importance? Maybe one that we're at risk of losing?